Hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmy. Well, hey guys, I'm Kimmy, one of the trainers over at Notary Educators, LLC.com, where we teach all notaries in all states how to be great and how to have successful businesses. Today's video, though, is about remote online notary. I have several on my channel, but I wanted to do an update because more people are actually doing it now. The videos that I have there, please check them out if you're seriously considering doing remote online notary. But today's video is going to be more like an update because people are actually doing it, so I think I can add a little bit more value to the topic. So what is remote online notary? For those of you who may not know what remote online notary or RON is, the technical term that we use is RON, is remote online notary. As I've already stated, it's just that remotely doing notarizations. You could be sitting in your home, the other person is sitting, the client is sitting in their home, and you're doing everything electronically. It's digitally done over the internet. So a lot of things are being done remotely. So in this day and age, that's nothing new for us, right? But I want to go over again as a notary, what are some cons and some things you really need to think about? Because people invest a lot of money when it comes to remote online notary. So some things that people don't tell you about, and it looks a little glorious and glamorous. Oh, I can sit at home and do notarizations. Yay! But you still have to go out and find your own business. This is not in any type of order. So some of the things you still need to think about is you have to go out and find your own business. No one's going to just call you normally and say, hey, Kimmy, I got a RON notary for you. No, you have to go out and build and develop that. I think that's a misconception. People think that they sign up for a remote online notary and then the phone calls just start coming in. It's just like any other part of your business. You have to go out there and get the clients and bring them to the network, bring them to the platform, okay? No one's just going to be calling you. So be careful about signing up with companies that promise you that. There are a lot of fraudulent companies out there right now, and they will say, sign up with us, we'll get you remote work. No. If you have to pay someone to provide you with leads, don't do it. The only thing I recommend you pay for is signingorder.com. It's $2.99 per month. And that gives you access to 20 different zip codes where you can get more loan signing work. But for remote work, there is no platform that is going to be able to guarantee you work. So be careful about committing to paying money. Okay, we pay out money too quickly and then realize we got scammed. You have to do this work the old-fashioned way. You have to get this work the old-fashioned way. That's walking out there talking or advertising on the computer, making sure you have posts that let people know that you're a remote online notary, okay? But there's no company that's going to feed you work, so be cautious. All right. You also need to make sure your state even allows you to do remote online notary. I'm in the state of Georgia. At this time of the recording of this video, it is not legal in our state. But many notaries come to me and my team and say, I bought RON training. I bought remote online training. That is of no good to you. And you don't want to buy remote online training thinking, oh, it's coming to my state in 10 years. No. If you cannot do RON legally within the next 6 months, you do not need to be paying for RON training, okay? It's of no benefit to you. Your state may never get remote online notary. And that's kind of how I feel about Georgia. Now, the reality is more than likely it's coming, but it might be 30 years from now because we do things a little slower around this way sometimes. But don't invest in RON training and your state is not RON ready, okay? Because you will be wasting your money. Because some trainers will tell you, oh, you could buy it because it's coming. You could buy it. And the training is $500, but RON may not ever come, or maybe 30 years like I just mentioned. So please do your homework. Make sure your state even allows you to do RON before you start, okay? The next thing that you need to know about is the money is not the same. When you're doing remote online notary, most states allow like $25, $15. That's not a lot of money when you think about you could travel after checking your state regulations. Traveling is where we make most of our money. If I make $100 going to a nursing home, but that same document is $25 to do it over the internet, that just does not equal out. So you really have to think about it. Yeah, you can sit at home, but you making $25 an hour where you instead you could be making $100 an hour or $50. You see what I mean? Or even more, depending on how far you have to travel, because that's how you usually make your money, is on travel fees. But remote is pretty set, 15, 25. Now, some people are killing the game of remote. How they're doing it, you have to ask them. Because I don't know how you make it. I mean, I do know how. They're sitting there at the volume. So they may figure, well, I'm sitting here, I'm doing 20 notarizations in an hour, you know. And if that's for you, that's for you. That's not for me, though. I'm not sitting here doing notarizations one after other for $5 each, figuring it's gonna add up. I'd rather do one, go out the house, and you see what I mean. But everybody's circumstance is different. The weather is different. The climate is different, you know. So you gotta look at the whole picture before you just jump on anybody's bandwagon or anybody's trainer or anybody's anything, right? Do your homework. So I'm bringing you some tips about Ron today. The other piece of Ron is, if you are not technically technology savvy yourself, you probably won't do well with Ron, because you need to know how to work the computer. You need to know all the technical stuff about operating in case your client cannot log on. What's the logon issue? You need to be able to do tech support with them. So just like you call Apple and you say, hey, my phone isn't working, the same thing's going to happen with the Ron space. You need to know technology wise, how to talk your client through uploading their ID, how to click on this, how to navigate the system. Okay, so if you're not that savvy yourself, you may not want to do Ron. And again, it may look easy. Okay, I'll just tap, 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 or look at their picture. No, it's tech support too. You need to be able to walk that client through the whole process. And a lot of people, you would be surprised, are still just not savvy when it comes to doing things on the internet and online. They're not. Okay, so then also something else you want to think about is that clients still are not beating down the door for remote online notaries because they don't know about it. They barely know about real notaries. Like us going out traveling notaries, the notary industry period, until they need one. So finding your clients may be a little bit more challenging, okay? Then you also want to factor in what supplies you need for remote online notary. You need a little bit more. You need digital certificates. So instead of having your stamp that you go out old-fashioned wise, you need to have a digital certificate. So you need to check into your digital certificate. What does your state require? Okay, you also want to make sure the documents are secure. So you may need some extra security on the features on your intranet, because you're having people upload very important documents, financial documents, all kind of stuff. So you need to make sure that you have security features in place where you cannot be accused of anything or charged in a crime because someone's information was stolen, you know? So you got to look at all these different things. I know y'all didn't think all that was involved when it comes to remote online notary, right? But a few things I will always leave you with, a couple pros and cons is it does allow some convenience. It is flexible for some people. If you don't drive, it may be another good thing for you to think about. But overall, Ron is still in the new baby stages. And do I think it's coming eventually? I'll always say that. I think all 50 states eventually will be remote online some kind of way. But in the meantime, do your homework before you really start investing money, okay? You heard it here first. This is Notary Life with Kimmy. Bye.